I was in New York City for 9/11, and I've been reminded of this weekend because two of the people I've spent a lot of time with were both affiliated with Virginia Tech and had their own trauma from an incredibly terrible experience. And I don't know if you know Virginia Tech, the shooter. I don't know what year it was, but our workshop facilitator, Shannon, was talking about how she was at Virginia Tech when that happened, and I remembered that I actually have a story about caring and about stranger, like it could be stranger caring. So after 9/11, and I don't know if you know this, but this year will be the 20-year anniversary of September 11th when two planes ran into the World Trade Center, killing over 3,000 people of American citizens, including people in Washington, D.C., at the Pentagon, and another plane was taken down in Pennsylvania. So we all know how this feels, right? We all feel what September 11th, I mean, obviously I'm here feeling very vulnerable and very upset, but this is not a story specifically about September 11th. This is a story about after September 11th and what happened to New York. And what happened to New York is people shut the fuck up and they started caring. They started caring about who you lost. They started caring about your neighbor who may have lost somebody and didn't have anybody to take out their trash or mow their lawn. We started caring about the children that lost a parent or were affected by an aunt or uncle or favorite aunt or uncle or favorite friend. There was 3,000 people that died in 9/11, but there were more than 9 million people that were affected by it just sitting in that neighborhood that had to learn how to care. And so you don't realize how you're going through grief when a big event like that happens. And as they're walking through, you're like, oh, I know we're still looking for people. I know there's still burning embers in a big, giant area. But what you don't know is that every measure of caring, every measure of kindness, you glom onto because everything's been taken from you. Everything is hurting your heart. Everything hurts when you walk, when you wake up, when you go to work, when you take care of children, when you take care of your family members. Everything hurts from head to toe. And so it's this day that I find myself driving from my house in Staten Island to the Staten Island Mall, which is just about 4 miles away and probably a 3-hour drive based on traffic, right? So, and so I live on this side of Staten Island. I have to go over hill, and here's the mall. It's not very far, but I have to go over Tote Hill, which means nothing to you. Just know it's a big one lane in either direction hill, and you're basically stuck in the car till you get over the hill no matter what. And after September 11th, musicians, they got real deep. They started writing songs. There's lots of songs, there's lots of things happening. And as I'm driving over the hill, I had to look it up because I had to remember the name of the song. Alan Jackson, do you guys know who Alan Jackson is? Yeah, we do. And the song is, Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning, right? So now I'm in traffic. Where are you when the world stopped turning? Does anybody know it? If you know it, you do know it, right? So it really catches you. Where were you when the world stopped turning? And I was in my house, and there's people, and I was getting phone calls, and all of that. And so I'm in the car, and it's about 6 or 7 months after September 11th, and we're going over the hill, and I'm in the car, this damn fucking song comes on. And by the way, I wish it was not this song. I wish it was something like the Beastie Boys, they wrote a beautiful song called An Open Letter to New York City. It was not kick-ass like that. It was sad, it was hard. And as we're going over the hill, I am hysterically crying because, it's just such a sad song. And I look in my rearview mirror, and there is a girl looking straight at me into my rearview mirror behind me, and we lock eyes because we are both crying, and we are both listening to Alan Jackson's Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning, and we're both remembering where we were, and we're feeling the energy, and we're just crying, and we're looking at each other, we're just crying at each other, just back and forth. And we get over to the side of the hill, and I pull over because now I'm hysterical crying. I also know that I'm not alone. And in that moment, when I realized I was not alone doing the thing, I was like, I just need to pull it together. And I pulled over, and she pulled over behind me. And I got out of the car, and she got out of the car, and on the side of the road, two strangers who never met each other, we knew exactly what was happening. And we just hugged on the side of the road. And then another car stopped, and they were crying because they knew why we were stopped on the side of the road. And two people who'd never met each other, we knew exactly that moment, exactly what we needed. We knew exactly the moment of caring that we needed at that moment. And I promise you, I've never seen that person again. But I will never forget 9/11, but I will never forget that moment of caring. Thank you.